Welcome to the show that looks at truth, fiction, and reality with a smirk. I'm Aaron Peterson.
I'm Amanda Sink.
And I'm Zach Barkerson.
And welcome to Smirk. Every other week, one of our hosts introduces an original story, which we then use as a springboard for spirited and lighthearted discussion, whatever the moral or theme of that story is. This is season 4 of Smirk, and this week it is my turn. And we are in 2021 officially as of this episode. So welcome, New Year, and goodbye, you son of a bitch 2020. We are done. Adios.
Nothing but good vibes from here on out, I'm sure of it.
Good vibes. Something I never thought I would hear Zach say.
I'm sure we all have the vaccine coursing through our veins. That 5G chip is in us now. I mean, all is good.
Sweet.
Question, because the vaccines are rolling out. Are you going to take one? You guys, you on board the vaccine train, or are you going to wait and see how your friends do with it and the people you don't like? See how they handle it first.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
Yeah, it's too fast. It doesn't feel right to me.
Because it's emergency use, it's not even like thoroughly tested and approved by the FDA, which have like the lowest standards to begin with.
Yeah, so I'm not interested on that.
I'm sure they're taking it very seriously.
I'm excited for the tracker they're going to put in everybody, though. That's cool.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We already have one, really, if you think about it. I mean, people have been doing it willingly for years. Like,
yeah, with your cell phone.
That is the funny part, yeah.
Sure. All these people are like, I'm not going to take it because then I'll get the tracker in me. I'm like, you've had the tracker. Have you ever listened to a true crime podcast? They're always busted because they have their freaking phone with them.
The same people who think there's a tracker in the vaccine, I'm going to put them in the camp of idiots along with people who think the Holocaust didn't happen or the earth is flat, or the worst kind of person, the dinosaur truthers who think the bones were planted.
That would be genius, though, if somebody did that. What if you go back like 2,000 years and there's like Jesus is in the desert, like planting dinosaur bones? Like, I got him.
Would it be the awesome if the end of my timeline is to time travel and help Jesus plant the fossils? That would be awesome. Like, that's where my life journey goes.
That would be amazing. Son, come with me. So this T-Rex, they really had the little arms? No, we just made them look smaller.
Yeah.
Because they know the scientists will never figure this one out. Like, how do they eat with those little hands?
No, it's going to lead to an awesome movie and then a bunch of lackluster ones afterwards. It's going to be great.
Well, now you're just getting mean.
Sorry.
Well, if you like Smirk, every app has a share feature, so please do us a favor and share this episode on your social media outlets. It really is appreciated. And if you guys are ready, I'm going to tell you a story.
That's what I'm here for,
better be
actually.
good.
Yeah, that's what I signed up for.
Okay.
It better be good.
I'm working on it. Here we go. Here's a story. As Rose burst through the doors, her excitement was palpable. Despite being a renowned influencer, she still had to essentially plan an elaborate heist to even get this far. But now that the view caught her eyes, she knew it would be worth it. 10 million followers were about to be inspired to live their best lives, she thought, and inhaled deeply before she proceeded to her next goal. And she needed to move fast because security would be on top of her in minutes. Knowing that she had made it to the 102nd floor of the Empire State Building wouldn't be enough. No, she still needed the picture. And not just any picture, mind you. She wanted the picture. That one-of-a-kind, never-duplicated kind of shot that could double her followers in a month. When she first crafted this idea of taking a photo in 5 interesting yet impossible locations this year, she mostly laughed it off as a ludicrous idea for a New Year's resolution. Yet now, here she was, about to make history. Rose grabbed the doorstop from her backpack and jammed it under the door, just besting the guards who were now slamming into the door in an attempt to open it from the other side. It's now or never, she screamed to herself as she ran to the edge of the roof. Rose took out her phone as she leaned over the edge for the shot. Damn, she just realized she forgot to flip the camera to selfie mode. She held her pose and moved her left hand to her phone, which was being held by her right. The sudden shift in weight completely threw off Rose's balance, and she began to lose her footing. As she stumbled in an attempt to catch herself, she heard the guards finally burst through the door. Losing her footing even further, Rose began to topple over the edge. Just as she began to fall to her certain doom, a hand reached out to grab her right hand. Rose, in an instinctual move to protect her phone, instead raised her left hand to grab a hold of the guard, but the distance was inches too short. As Rose watched the guard's horrified face falling further and further away, she fully understood why so many people fail to make their own resolutions a reality.
She should have snapped the picture while falling and posted it.
She had the time, right? It's 102 floors.
Yeah, you could have got that out. Wi-Fi's or the 5G is good enough up there.
What do you think the moral or theme of my story is?
The price of fame.
Okay, Amanda?
I feel like it was a little bit more about resolutions.
Mm-hmm.
In the sense that maybe that it shouldn't be about fulfilling the resolutions and just about the journey of getting to the resolution.
The journey to her death?
The journey. It's not about the destination, it's about the journey sort of thing. I don't know.
Not about
Or
hers.
resolutions are dumb.
That destination sucks. It's make practical New Year's resolutions. Because sometimes people make crazy ones.
I guess it is the new year.
It is. Yeah, we are in January. It's a new year. That's what I meant.
Yeah, it's crazy. The transition of power has been quiet and wonderful.
Smooth sailing. All right, well, my first question. Do you guys think New Year's resolutions work? Honestly.
Not for me.
Wow. Spoken like a true quitter.
Sort of. I'm somebody who has a really hard time with, like, deciding I'm going to do something kind of like at the spur of the moment. Because I feel like you make the resolution a month or two before the new year. And then you're like, I'm going to do this. And it's like, well, you're only doing it because the new year is approaching. If it was something that I really wanted to do, I wouldn't save it for the next year. I would just start it when I implemented a real plan to make it happen.
Interesting. Zach, do you think they work?
I think the normal kind of resolution doesn't, like I'm going to lose weight or stuff like that. You're just kind of putting a self-defeating prophecy in front of you. And especially like in terms of, I feel like that's definitely the most common New Year's goal is I'm going to lose like 20 pounds this year. As soon as you give up, like you give up, like you're like, what's the point? I didn't even get close anyway. Then you gain 10 pounds. So I think normal resolutions are kind of bad. But like 4 or 5 years ago, I transitioned to exclusively doing one nerdy resolution every year. And that's been successful.
Elaborate.
Yeah, what's one nerdy resolution? Like you go after a girl you have no chance for or what?
Play outside of your league.
Well, it's fine. I don't.
Do you neg the pretty one? Is that what you do? What's going on?
I say no one's outside of my league because I can just neg them into my league.
Oh my God, you're disgusting.
No problems there.
You're so ugly. You're so ugly. You're so ugly. You're so. Hey, how you doing?
Like 4 or 5 years ago, my nerdy resolution was I'm going to go to the comic shop every Wednesday, become a Wednesday warrior kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Or this year it was explore the history of the X-Men. Stuff like that. Just like one little goal that I probably wouldn't do myself normally, but it is, something attainable.
Something that expands your mind and, I don't know, horizons, but like in a smaller increment.
Yeah, like, I did explore the history of the X-Men and learned I don't think I care about the X-Men that much, but I did it. Sorry, Thomas Bex, if you're listening.
So, apparently avid X-Men fan. So now that was a waste of time, essentially.
Yeah, but I did it. I'm proud of myself for doing it.
So you have made resolutions to stick to them, but only on this nerdy.
Yeah, because I feel like I used to do things like, I don't know, I'm going to not get drunk every week or something. I don't know. I've made resolutions before.
Do you have an alcohol problem?
No, he's a fun problem. All right?
I did one summer.
I'm the fun police. Should we have an intervention?
Pull over. Pull over.
Anyway, I used to make resolutions that were destined to fail, and I decided that if I'm going to use the excuse of a new year to do something, I should make it reasonable. And, I still, like the comic book one, I still go to the comic shop every single week, and I love it. I look forward to it. I get excited every Wednesday.
Even in COVID times, could you still get in? They still let you in? I mean, I always feel bad for small businesses like that.
They stopped doing comics for a few months, but they are doing them again. And Sharon of my local comic shop, the owner, she's only letting regulars in, and you have to mask and glove up and all that stuff. And you just go in, pick up your list, and pay and get out. Hey,
at least you still keep the doors open,
Absolutely, yeah.
Comic stores are a dying breed in there. I prefer paper. You can give me digital all day. If I'm going to read it, I want it to be paper.
It just doesn't pace the same even.
I can't even do a Kindle. I can't even do a Kindle.
I absolutely cannot Kindle.
I need paper.
I know I'm supposed to save the trees or whatever, but I'm not reading a book on a tablet.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't like trees. Like all the raking and all. I'm fine with it.
You know what? Trees cause problems. And most of our oxygen comes from algae anyway, so who needs the trees? Squirrels? Who likes squirrels?
All they do is run around chasing nuts. They're like little high school boys.
No one's favorite animal is a squirrel.
I don't know what that meant, but I'm sure it'll make sense later to somebody.
The nut joke?
So I don't, that one. So I don't think I've ever kept a New Year's resolution, which is probably why I thought of this. Well, right, because this episode's coming out and everybody's got them going on right now. And I've tried it, and maybe I just can't commit to it. Or like, I usually am pretty good about if I set a goal, I'm going to hit the goal. But if I make the goal starting January 1st, I never seem to attain those goals. If I make a goal any other time, I usually attain whatever my goal is. So I don't understand, but I think I'm anti-New Year's resolution. That's what I've decided.
I mean, it's just kind of arbitrary and dumb.
That could be it. I think maybe I just don't like it subconsciously. So my brain says, stop it. Well, and plus, the January 1st goals are always health and fitness goals, and I'm just not going to attain those. I'm always like, I'm going to be swole by March. That hasn't happened.
I'm going to start saving this year.
Yeah, I can attain that. Like, I do that one, just in general.
All right, show off.
That's part of adulting. You'll get there.
But you're supposed to do things that you wouldn't normally do.
Right, which is get swole, which is what I try to do. And I'm like,
Kumail did it. Kumail
I'll take steroids. Who?
He got paid to do it.
Kumail Nanjiani.
You do not get credit if you are a celebrity who gets buffed up, because you get a personal trainer, you get millions of dollars, you get free time. So
your job schedule is get swole. It's hard to be inspired by that.
Like, you get paid to eat chicken breasts and work out. That's your job for like 2 months before the movie starts shooting, and then all you have to do is maintain. No, you don't get credit for that. It's great that he's got a picture that he can show to all his friends. I'm gonna be a little jealous.
It's a good picture. So
I mean, yeah, he's ripped. He's a very good looking ripped dude, but
he's very funny.
He is. He's got a cute little podcast too.
The best 9/11 joke I've ever heard. He
From
does.
The Big Sick. Yeah.
Yeah, that joke is so good. I just watch it sometimes on YouTube. It's so funny.
That's so good. All right, so have you ever, we've talked about, have you ever made these New Year's resolutions, but why do we do this to ourselves? And why so many of us, why do we do it on January 1st? Like, do you have any idea why we do it? Is it just because it's a clean slate in our minds?
Well, I think that's the intention, right? You're starting a new year. You're like, I think it also relates to business. Like, business typically runs on a calendar year. So business is starting over. A lot of business-minded people will do New Year's resolutions related to their business, and people will kind of follow suit with that on their own personal. Like, I had a job where we had to do basically what amounted to New Year's resolutions for work to attain different goals by the end of the year. Like, that was just part of the strategy, and we were encouraged to do personal ones also.
Like, you were forced to do it, or what do you mean by encouraged? Were financial incentives, or?
No, the personal we were encouraged to do, but the business ones, it was basically just part of the business plan.
I hate everything about what you're telling me right now. It makes me actually angry.
I mean, it wasn't so bad. It was a way to improve the business and break it down starting at the new year. Like, you're starting with a brand new 12 months to break everything down between.
I hate when a job tries to make you care.
You
mean like what they're supposed to do to attract, retain, and motivate their employees? Weird.
I'm going to know it's a job. You can't trick me into thinking it's something more.
Okay, but if you had a job as a video game writer or a writer anywhere else, you'd be like, oh, I care about this job. So you just don't like to care about jobs that you don't care about.
That's like Inception.
I'm pretty sure I would still get hella annoyed if they wanted me to write a resolution about how to improve the business.
Well, they wrote the resolution. You just incorporated it.
That's even worse.
Now I got to do what the man tells me to do? Is that what you're telling me? That's the way I'm understanding it.
It was actually a woman, but yeah.
Woman.
There's no way. There's no way a woman was in charge.
I mean, yeah, it was.
That was a joke. Boy. I know I can't make those in 2021, but I tried.
But I mean, I think that was a fun and creative way to do it. And even though I didn't stick with my personal goals, it was a way to kind of like team building, like, hey, we're all in this together. We'll hold each other accountable. And when you have everybody starting to do stuff around the same time, you might have like a workout pal, or you might have, somebody who has the same goal as you to read one book a month. And so you can start a book club. Like, it's something about starting the new year. Everybody wants to do it around the same time, so you can meet new people who want to do the same thing, or get together with your friends who have the same idea and connect over that.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. I mean, you made me hate New Year's resolutions even more. So
what if we made a New Year's resolution together?
Ooh.
You would hate it?
Is it a list of 5 ways to improve Smirk or something?
No, but what if we became like a writers like group where we were like, no, let's just all of us write a story that we don't even put on, or we write like pages towards a
writers
screenplay.
Group. This is like 10 virgins sitting in a circle. That's not like fun.
No, but then you could share it to other people and have them review it and like, oh, this seems really good, but let's, you could work on this part. Like, there could be fun ways to do resolutions. I was actually just reading about a writers group that basically did this, and they had to write either a certain number of pages or a new something every month, and they would hold each other accountable. And so they would achieve their own goals and improve themselves along the way, because everybody learned each other's style too, which I thought was really cool.
Although it feels like somebody's going to be yelling at me that I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. But
but that's how some people need that. They need somebody to hold them accountable, and other people need, like, I think, to your point, Aaron, would you write as much as you do if Smirk didn't hold you accountable to write a story once a month?
True. No. Yeah.
So
that's fair, because I've been working on a screenplay for a while, and I just start doing other things because I even have the whole thing mapped out, and I lose focus of it.
Yeah. So I think resolutions are a good way for, especially, I think they really only work if you have other people in it with you to hold you accountable and for you to hold them accountable.
Easy to let yourself down. It's harder to let someone you care about down.
That's true. That is true.
That's a sad way to put it.
I let myself down every day.
Is this where we should talk? Do you want to have a kumbaya?
No.
Well, we usually do sessions with Zach on Smirk.
Yeah, we'll wait until it's my story again, and we can do another session.
Well, here I want to run this by you. Have you guys ever heard? What are the weirdest ones? Have you ever heard any really weird resolutions that you can think of off the top of your head? If not, I'm asking it kind of last minute, so I get it if you don't think of anything right now. Okay. Well, I'm just being honest. Like,
I would love to hear a weird one. Like, someone's like, I want to buy 6 snakes this year.
No, I don't have that weird, but I did find some unusual ones. I'm kind of wondering if you guys would.
I Googled some.
Okay. Well, let's see what you got. What do you got?
About to get sexy in here?
What did the Google find? What are some weird New Year's resolutions that Amanda found?
Well, it says unusual. It's not weird, and it may very well be the same list you have. Here's one. Get lost without any help from Siri.
That's fun. That's a lifelong fantasy of mine.
To be lost?
No, I've always I've tried to float this past like my brothers.
Siri's like
stuff.
5 years old. Explain to me how it's a lifelong fantasy to be lost without
No,
Siri.
well, if you would let me explain, Aaron, you set down your volatile nature for a second.
You were Amanda for a minute.
And let someone else on the podcast talk. I've always had the dream of just pointing in a direction, just walking.
Oh.
And then and then you just end up somewhere. I tried to get my brothers were never game, but I've always thought like, so we lived out in the country for a year, me and my brother, and I always just like looked at the cornfields like, wouldn't it be interesting if we just left our phone behind? Obviously, you need your wallet for money because you're probably gonna have to stay at a hotel of some sort. But like, it's just like, let's just point north through the cornfield and then just walk and see where we end up in 6 hours or something.
I don't think you would need your wallet because you'd probably be murdered.
See, that's what people they're too afraid.
No, I think that would be fun. If you had the money and you could figure out supplies, I think that would be awesome, actually.
Or you could take a map and like throw a dart and see where it goes, or do like splatter paint, and wherever like the splatter goes, I don't know, first or the largest spot is where you have to travel to.
Not adventurous enough.
You just want to be like Kane in Kung Fu. You just want to roam the planet.
Kind of cool, right?
Yeah, man. Sure. Just Incredible Hulk it up. Just show up in a town and fix the problems.
That's what I'm talking about, Aaron. That's exactly the dream. You just like you pop out of the cornfield, and all of a sudden you're in some small town you never heard of. They got one dinner place. It's a fish fry. Who knows? And yeah, the local roughs are, messing with some kid, and you teach them a what for. Sounds awesome.
Ooh, another one would
great.
be try either a new meal or you could do it weekly or you could do it monthly, but basically try a new food.
I already do that. I don't need a resolution for that. I always will.
But you're
try
not tracking how often you're doing it. It's just when it comes up.
Every chance I get. When I go out, I almost always try something I haven't tried before.
Yeah, sometimes he gets the beef and cheddar. Sometimes he gets the big beef and cheddar.
Exactly. Sometimes I put horseradish on my beef and
strips.
cheddar.
Definitely some cheddar,
you could always create a new tradition with like friends or yourself.
Ooh, one where I'm alone.
The best tradition.
There's one that I think is actually cool. It's to have your photo taken in 5 interesting places.
Well, hence the theme of this whole story, if you were listening earlier, right?
Oh, did you see that from Google also?
Yes, Amanda.
Oh.
Yeah, I think I just put that to...
Yeah. I don't know if that means that this is a real story, but I technically stole that theme from Google.
Oh, man, it'd be a fun resolution. Build a different Lego set every month.
See, that sounds fun.
Ooh, I actually like that one. I just built my first Lego set
Is it Star
of
Wars?
my whole life about 3 weeks ago, maybe a month.
What was it?
It was like a DC themed one. It had Harley Quinn, Batman, his Batmobile.
Oh, man,
it had
I'm getting
Joker.
excited over here.
Do you want me to show you them?
I mean, you
I
can
can
send
bring
me a
them.
picture.
I mean,
maybe
not right
after.
now, but
Yeah.
yeah.
And a podcast, I think maybe you could do this later.
Podcast, famously a visual medium.
I'll add it in the Twitter feed.
Here's one of the fun ones
Facebook group.
I've found because I just thought this was adorable. This is an actual, an unusual New Year's resolution. Develop a good relationship with your body.
Ooh, I do. You know what I'm talking about.
I've been doing this since puberty. What are you talking
4
about?
times a day.
Well, that's not normal.
That's so much. You're going to change
That's
so
not-
bad.
No.
And here's one I just don't understand. Make a new friend a month.
What?
That's like 12 new friends by the end of the year. That's just way too much to keep track of.
That's a lot of, yeah.
It is, as an adult, it is so much easier to find a girlfriend or a boyfriend, husband, a significant other than it is to find an adult friend. I think adult friends are so hard to make.
Good ones. Yes.
It's such a weird topic to broach.
I have a weird one.
Oh, boy.
Invent or use a new sex sound or phrase in bed once a month. There you go.
Hide the
Spice
cucumber.
it up in the bedroom.
It's hard to have time in the bedroom when I'm taking care of myself 3 to 4 times a day.
You're always in the bedroom, apparently.
I don't
How
have
long
time
are
for
your
you.
showers?
It's definitely not the bedroom.
Oh,
Sometimes it's the
gross.
Cole's dressing room. Sometimes
That's
it's the shoe.
disgusting.
It's the shoe aisle. Sometimes I add an extra flavor to Baskin Robbins.
Anyway, so
Oh my god.
I've only got 26. I'm going for the full 31, baby. Woo!
Oh, man.
So what does it introduce something weird to the bedroom? Like a saying or...
Oh yeah, yeah, it could be anything. It could be a toy, it could be like
Oh.
a thing, it could be a phrase, it could be a sound.
I would
be
want to make
anything.
it. I would make it weird. Hey, baby,
Or
I
you
got
could
I got a rotary phone.
Got a rotary phone. I was gonna say you
Make that
could
work.
role play, do like a different role play once a month,
Oh
where
my
you like
God, so much energy.
I want to be a dragon wizard.
Rawr.
Roll a 3 and you'll see what you get. Oh, rotary phone. Sorry.
Really on the
Okay,
road
I think
phone.
that's going to do it for this episode. You know what? Was that truth or fiction?
I think it was fiction. No, I think it was true. Somebody died trying to take a picture, right?
I'm asking you, truth or fiction? You got to
I'm
commit.
gonna say truth.
All right.
I will say fiction.
It is fiction.
Yeah.
Dang, I should have stuck with my gut.
Well, yeah, that's a problem. What's the title of your story?
Splat. Just kidding. It's a leap.
That
It's
made me laugh.
A leap toward a new year.
Oh, that's clever.
Look at him go.
What? And as our show goes, we will occasionally pick listeners' stories to read and discuss on Smirk, like we did 2 episodes back. And if you'd like the chance to have yours read, email it to mystory@smirkpodcast.com. And if you like Smirk, please share the show on your social media outlets. It helps us a lot. So if you could do that, it'd be greatly appreciated. Join the conversation by joining our Facebook group. Follow us on Twitter @SmirkPodcast. And be sure to use the show's hashtag when you do, Smirk. All right, that's going to do it. And as you write your own life story, always remember to tell it with a smirk. And also, be smarter when you're taking a picture. And also, I'm okay with influencers falling off of roofs.
Yeah, that's cool by me.
That's dark.
Thin the herd.
Rawr.
I've got 10 million followers. Splat.
Stop taking selfies.
I kind of want to do the math. Could you get that thing posted at 102 floors?
Yeah,
I think you
Probably.
yeah. If you had the the wherewithal to be like, well, I'm going
Or
to die, so I may as well
live
post this.
stream.
Oh, that would be so much quicker. And would
Yeah.
you have time to put the little emojis and sparkly things in there?
Yeah, I was gonna say live setting up live stream seems harder.
Well, you do it before you fall.
Well, she didn't expect to fall.
Yeah, she didn't. It was an accident. Kinda.
Although somebody would save that stuff, post it to YouTube.
If I was the first one to get that phone, I'd be like, "Oh, I got it."